So, that beeping was not your smartphone or your text alert, but it was a sound that was heard throughout the United States every night, in every home, in every neighborhood. That beeping was really the sound that started the dream of the founders of ARCS Foundation. My name's Lynne Brickner, and I'm pleased to welcome you to hearing about the dream of the founders of ARCS Foundation in 1957. That beep was the beep of Sputnik. Now, let's take a step back 60 years. It was the Cold War. The Cold War was now in its 10th year. The USSR had launched an entirely man-made object into the skies. This object was going over every home in the United States. You could hear tracking of it by listening to its beep. So suddenly the USSR was controlling our heavens. This was a time of great worry, consternation, and a lot of soul searching in terms of how competitive we were in the Cold War. In many ways, the space race had begun and we weren't even at the starting line. We were way, way behind. Now, of course, one of the big questions in every household, in every community, was what can we do about this satellite? What can we do about our space race? What can we do about our country's ability to compete effectively? This topic was discussed in many, many places among many different constituencies. One woman in Los Angeles, Florence Maloof, had great discussions with her sister and 3 of their friends. So they decided that what they would do, first off, would be to consult with a leading expert in the field, the president of the California Institute of Technology, Dr. Lee DeBridge. When they asked Dr. DeBridge, what can we do? He said the best thing you can do is to raise funds to support science and engineering students and to help them in their studies. So armed with this piece of advice, the ladies went forward to go ahead and do what they knew how to do best, to fundraise and to friend-raise. They enlisted other women to help them in this new cause. They also enlisted the support of aerospace industry leaders, as well as leaders in local and the federal government. So they went forward dauntlessly. They did not have science or engineering background. Very few women in 1957 did. But they did concentrate on what they could do, and they went forward to realize their dream. So within a year, ARCS Foundation, Inc. was founded and incorporated, and within that year, ARCS Foundation held its first gala fundraiser and awarded $3,000 to its first ARCS scholar, who was then a student at Caltech. That $3,000 in 1957 dollars is really a lot of money. 2 years later, they went forward and then awarded 13 scholarships. Now, one of the lucky 13 scholars was the first female ARCS scholar, a woman who, as a young mathematician, showed great promise. And in fact, she went forward to found the biostatistical analysis field of mathematics and biological sciences. So our ARCS scholars are discoverers, researchers, and innovators, and we're happy to support them. At this point, we've raised and given away over $105 million to 9,700 ARCS scholars. We have funded great discoveries in the areas of learning disabilities and addiction. We've also funded a lot of research in terms of the effects of climate change on oceans and reefs, and funded a lot of research and a lot of discovery, including that of GPS. All of those discoveries, research, and inventions have been done by ARCS scholars. So I'm very proud to participate in today's conference where we celebrate the great achievements of women and all women's organizations to effect changes in civic society. So I do want to thank the Women's Philanthropic Institute for letting me share the story of ARCS Foundation. My name's Lynne Brickner, and I'm president of ARCS Foundation. Thank you very much.